come for the symposium, right? So they should be guided.
Ukrainian. Thank you.
You know, there's a storm coming. What's happening in Ukraine is the combination of Terminator and Mad Max. I say Mad Max because of the way they're caging vehicles, the way they're netting, you know, a lot of the physical elements to defend and to allow people to maintain their lives is something out of Mad Max.
On March 25th, we hosted the Ground Truth Symposium. We brought Ukrainian expertise to share with the American society, real frontline lessons learned from the battlefield to be shared with policymakers and decision makers of the United States of America, because we see how rapidly the technology is changing and that drones are becoming the eyes of the battlefield, and that they change, they shape every single conflict that we see around the globe.
My name is Yuri, call sign Phoenix. I'm from National Guard of Ukraine, from drone unit Lazar's group. We built a full-cycle system of detection and destruction of enemy targets. It consists of a few layers. First layer is FPV drones, which control first 20 kilometers of front line. Our bombers can fly up to 35 kilometers and return back for load. And special model of our drone can fly up to 65 kilometers. And all this area for 70 kilometers deep on front line, controlled by our drones.
I'm Avocado. I'm part of 429 Unmanned System Brigade Achilles. The world, for some reason, thinks that Ukraine are in a position when it asks. But we do not ask, we suggest. We suggest our knowledge and experience. And the thing is, we are not weak, we are strong enough. We have been strong enough for 4 years to defend ourselves. And the thing is, we have experience and we can share it with others. And we are open for this.
We have adapted to where we're surviving, we're dealing with it. We're concerned about your future. America, we're concerned about your future. Israel, Taiwan, Korea, Europe. Ukrainians have come over here for a Ground Truth Symposium, and 95% of their conversations have been about, we want to help you. They build things, they fly them, they test them, they put them into action. And then two weeks later, they iterate. It takes us years to do this. Congressman Harrigan in our symposium described a single FPV, $500 FPV, coming into a large airport and going and sitting on top of an A350, an Airbus 350, and blowing it up.
Good afternoon. I can tell you we just learned that the FBI reportedly warned California police about that unconfirmed intelligence report involving a possible drone strike by Iran off the West Coast.
The terrorists will probably do it without any passengers, just to show this is what we can do. Create chaos, just like 9/11 created chaos.
They are too slow. The modern war requires quick decisions, requires changes, and they should have done it before. Right now, there are a lot of different gaps in their defense systems. They need to change the military system at all, the doctrine, the way how they operate in the battlefield.
For example, for interception of Shahid, you need to use some cheap devices, some cheap drones for these purposes. You don't need to waste a high expensive missile to intercept a cheap Shahid.
Try to defend yourself from 1,000 drones in the air. That's not easy. And that's one thing. And another thing, they develop every day. So you cannot find a solution and try to use this solution in 2 years. I mean counter-drone solutions. It constantly changes and you should be aware of it. And the main danger that these pretty cheap drones can be used for massive attacks in combination with rockets or something like that.
В перспективі 4 років, то очевидно, що можна відмітити зростання дронової компоненти в усіх напрямках: логістика, медична евакуація, ураження, забезпечення, повітряна доставка наземна.
This should always be repeated. 80% of kills are from drones. 80% of kills of trucks, of tanks, and hardly any tanks left. Men, 80% coming from drones. So, when they need to kill, they use drones.
To deal with drones, you should have experience. You should know how to do that. You should know how to hide yourself because the battlefield is visible, totally visible. You need to change tactic. You need to change doctrine. You need to change everything, organization and coordination. You need to change the way you communicate. And that's something that is really hard to push inside military systems, and that's a threat. Because if you don't change, you will not survive.
As an American citizen, I am very concerned about the future, my family's future, my kids' future. I want them to be safe. However, I can see, but we're living in a vulnerable world. That is a shaky world because all these conflicts, they do involve the country where I live in, the United States of America. And I would love to be better informed. I would love to be a person who delivers this information to those who could change, who could take value from this knowledge and make the right decision. There should be alignment with an understanding with what is happening and with what have to be taken into consideration and what action has to be done.
If you all don't come together and put aside your petty bullshit politics, you're going to be consumed by this type of warfare, because the bad actors will gain power, gain experience, well, they are right now, and they'll continue to move around. Your country's not going to matter. Your country's not going to matter, because it'll just be chaos.